Hello, I'm Armando Salas. I'm a director of photography based in LA. My most recent project to air is Terminalist. Arc of my career is a long, winding road. I started in indie features. I shot a lot of indie features that nobody has ever seen or heard of. I got my first real break in the industry in episodic, right when episodic was taking off as its own art form, and that was From Dusk Till Dawn with Robert Rodriguez. And then from there, one show kind of led to another, and bigger and better opportunities arrived, and it's been kind of off to the races ever since. It took COVID to shut down the industry, and as we were looking at how to deal with communication when we come back in a world of social distancing and masking, I was really worried about communication. And that's when I started to see that there were other options out there that could not only make it possible to be just as efficient during COVID, but would make it a lot easier for me to do the things that I had already done without it being as cumbersome. For me, I'm not interested in technology just because it's the latest thing. I'm always interested in reevaluating what I do and how to do it better. So once I started using FreeSpeak II system, I wasn't gonna go back. For one, I have the line audio from the sound department fed directly into a button that I can turn on and off and set its own volume. And I get to have 3 other discrete channels for communicating with camera, communicating with the AD, communicating with my key grip gaffer and programmer on one channel. But just as importantly, they can all have their belt packs programmed as best serves them. And so that was the big turning point from people going, oh, I gotta wear this headset, to, oh, great, I have this one thing and it does everything I need. Also, for lighting, it's really elevated my ability to tweak lighting because the gaffer, myself, and the programmer can work silently throughout the rehearsals and even on the first take. My DIT has taken on the task of running the program on his cart, and that's also where the base station and antenna are. And my utility is in charge of basically bringing out the battery cart every morning, and everyone just keeps their headsets and belt packs. They show up to that cart, swap their batteries, and they're off to the races that day. The other factor is that film sets are incredibly dangerous places for delicate equipment. So we are in really rough terrain. We are constantly dealing with the elements, whether they're weather or going from a beach one day to a mountain the next day to the desert the next day. You know, I'm just thinking about the locations on Terminalist. It was 90% location work. So you want a belt pack that a grip is going to drop in the sand, be able to pick it back up, blow it off, and it keeps working the rest of the day. So the build quality of the belt packs and the ability to withstand what we put them through, because we are definitely not delicate with equipment, is important when you're talking about, 90, 100, 120 days of shooting. A lot of the things that took a lot of coordinating and maybe rehearsing before are happening kind of seamlessly on the go. So it's a little bit of choreographed rehearsal and a little bit of jazz happening while we're shooting.